Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Fam here. Of course, I'm joined by my lovely girlfriend, Maya. And, yes, got some questions, some comments. Got a little bit of everything here. Ghostface Kid, 101. We've been talking back and forth about Dexter. And he said the only reason he was even going to consider watching it was because, all the attention it was getting. So, I'm telling you, I don't think you'll like it. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to personally say steer clear. I don't think it's your kind of shit. So. Warren Cocking had three little, one or the others. First he said Mountain Dew or Pepsi. Kind of odd because you think you're Pepsi or Coke and then like Mountain Dew, Mellow Yellow. But he went right for like the Pepsi side of things. Just went Pepsi or Mountain Dew. What do you think, sweetie?
Mountain Dew.
I gotta say Mountain Dew too. I'm definitely more.
I'm addicted.
Don't get me wrong, I love Pepsi. Pepsi's good, but I prefer Mountain Dew. So you're gonna be out on these next two. I'm sorry, sweetie. He asked WCW or TNA. Oh fuck. They both had incredible high points and they both had really shitty low points. WCW, because I'm not gonna lie, I've always been WWF or WWE, what do you want to call it, like through and through. That's always been my primary show. Now, in '96, when the NWO hit the scene, it caught my attention. I jumped over, and I don't mean I jumped ship. I mean I was still watching Raw, but I started checking out Nitro. The great thing about that was Nitro used to like show Nitro. And then they'd have like a show on afterwards, and then they'd have an encore. Sometimes they would just go from the show to the encore. I mean, it just, but there was always an encore, which kind of fucked themselves a little bit, at least for me, because I was like, I'm not watching Nitro, then I'll watch Raw, and then I'll check out the encore. I'll record the encore. I was in school at the time. But yeah, no, I mean, WCW has some really good stuff. I think the, at least 96, 97, 98 was like, three of the best years, period. I mean, it's hard to, compare it against the Attitude Era, but at the same time, they were competing against them, and they, had some great matches like that. And I don't want to call it the Vince Russo era, but unfortunately, because I don't shit on Vince Russo as much as everybody else does. I like, I think he gets a lot of blame for shit he didn't do. I'll put it that way. However, the Vince Russo era of WCW was just dog shit. And I literally just quit watching it. Like, I was like, I'm done. And went back to WWF. TNA is the same thing. When TNA first, I don't want to say first blew up on the scene, because when they first showed up, they were doing when they first went to the six-sided ring, like that era, I thought it was great. And it was. I mean, in fact, at that point, I was getting pretty tired of WWF. This is probably a year or two before I just quit watching altogether. But WWE or WWF, what you want to call it, the storylines were just getting stale. It was just getting ridiculous. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. And when TNA kind of exploded there, when they first got their show on it may have been before Spike TV, maybe when it was on like Fox Sports or some shit like that. It was great. I mean, it was like indie wrestling. And I loved it. You had a couple big names thrown in there. For the most part, it was like all these fresh young guys running around. I mean, you had Jeff Jarrett hogging the belt, but other than that, I mean, it was exciting. And then, and it was great because then like Christian Cage came over, which I always thought he deserved more, and it was great that he came over and finally got himself a world title. Rhino was competing on a huge level. I mean, it was just awesome to see all these guys get the push they deserve. Samoa Joe was rocking it, and then Kurt Angle came over. Now, I was super excited at first. I was like, yes, fucking Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe had an awesome match. But then, around that time is when they started turning WCW light. They started, like, instead of everybody just wrestling as themselves, which is, they kind of had a Ring of Honor thing going originally, everybody started getting dumb gimmicks. And that's when I was just like, I'm fucking done. I'm out. And I literally just quit watching. I didn't even bother with it. I just walked away. And that's pretty close to the time I walked away from WWF too. So when you say WCW or TNA, it is kind of a tough one because, I'll say WCW just for the sheer fact that, NWO, Goldberg, DDP, no one on TNA will ever, they never had that kind of level of, anything. So I'll say WCW, but just so you know, I was a fan of both of them at certain times. But they also turned into dog shit too. So, and finally, he went Kane or Mankind. man. So I like the character of Kane, but I love Mick Foley though. I'm gonna say Mankind. I'm gonna go Mankind. And I kind of hated. I mean, no, I love Mankind. I love Mick Foley in general. I just kind of hated when the character went comedic, because he never went back. Like, I love Psycho Mankind. Like, when Mankind first, debuted in WWF, and he was just a schizophrenic little fuck, all tight, like, Hannibal Lecter looking shit. And then, like, he tried to go corporate, and he wore, like, this, shirt and a tie, and it was funny, and he was trying to be like, Vince McMahon. And don't get me wrong, it was great, and it didn't take nothing away from his in-ring work. He still did awesome. But it was just like, he's no longer that psychotic guy we all like, so... but same can be said for Kane. When Kane first showed up, he was this demon, and then since then they just kind of fucked him up. Which I've been out of the game for a while, but I have been watching recently on the YouTube channel, and I'm digging this like new. Cause I heard like Kane went corporate, which I thought was lame, but now I'm watching these new. I guess he came after Seth Rollins, and I'm loving that storyline right now. Where like he's all like chipper and happy, and he's like got his coffee mug and wearing a suit, and then like the next second he'll be like in a mask and back to Demon Kane. So I'll say Mankind over Kane, but I do like both. So thank you, Warren. Appreciate it. Colleen Posley. I always get her name mixed up. I always want to pronounce it differently. Anyways, I dropped some trivia the other day about the movie Trick or Treat, which I love. The 2007 Trick or Treat, not the 80s Trick or Treat. But we were talking, I was posting about that. Apparently what happened was, and me and you guys may remember this, it was like slated for a pretty decent release. And then what happened was they just didn't happen. And it was like on the shelf for like, I don't know, 3 years maybe? Maybe not that long. I don't know. It's on the shelf for a while though. And then I thought it had a small little run, but according to IMDb, it didn't have any kind of run at all. It was like straight to video. Either way though, the little trivia that I posted explained that what happened was, I guess Warner Brothers was all like, yay, Trick or Treat. And then they watched Superman Returns, which was the guy who directed, was it Michael Daughtry? I don't know. He directed Trick or Treat. Well, I guess he was the co-writer on Superman Returns. And then Bryan Singer, who was the director on Superman Returns and also co-writer, he was the producer of Trick or Treat. So when Superman Returns just bombed and was complete, horseshit, they're like, well, fuck that. Let's pull this back too, and they just kind of like canceled that out for the same. It's like, well, Superman Returns sucked. This should suck too. And of course, it doesn't. Trick or Treat's a great movie, and she made the comment. She's like, well, it's not like Warner Bros. Was kind of stupid. I'm like, well, they kind of gotta be right, because I mean, without watching the movie, and just to base it based on Superman Returns, like it's like two different genres for one. One's a superhero movie, one's a horror movie, and for them to basically yank the horror movie out just because their superhero movie bombed, I don't know, that just seems like clearly they're not really, I don't know. It seems like a retarded thing to do. I'm just saying. I agree with Colleen there, so thank you, Colleen. Appreciate it. Got a couple of Blair Witch now. I also posted some trivia about Blair Witch. 13 Wolfman, man, just tore it apart. Was not a fan, I guess. He said it was one of the worst, crafted films out there, poorly filmed or whatever. Said he just didn't think that, didn't look like they were lost at all, because, he said there are certain times where you can see power lines and the road and everything like that, which I never noticed that, actually. I'll have to look out for that next time. But yeah, he gave me like a paragraph of just like, this is why I think this movie sucks, which I like. I'm a fan, but to each their own. Yeah, she didn't like it. So. And then Patrick Lang asked, I guess he was under the impression that the three, I don't know, my hair is full.
Why don't you get cut?
I ain't getting that cut.
You do need to get cut.
But he was under the impression that the three kids, the actors, were actually, the directors and, whatever as well. And no, they're not they weren't a director. They were just the star. That's it. The directors were Daniel Myrick and Eduardo Sanchez, if I'm pronouncing that right. So, but yeah, they were the producers, writer, director behind it. Not the three kids. I don't know the other two. I just know Heather Donahue. I don't know what the other two kids' names were. But The Omen. He checked out my video from Saturday night. My review, and he said, "Great video." Hey, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. And then Derek Lawrence. He said that he's been, checking out the channel, and he commended me on the fact that I've been dropping a shitload of videos lately. He actually goes, "You've been dropping like 40 videos a week." I try to drop one a day. So, and really, I think subconsciously I'm just trying to make up for that year and a half I missed, But yeah, I do crank these out. I'm a beast. So thank you, Derek. Appreciate the compliment. Paperclip Girl asks, did I buy Wild by Troy Sivan?
Is it the Reese Witherspoon? Wild?
I don't know. Man, there's a movie called Wild, but I think this is music related. Because typically whenever we chat on Twitter, this is from Twitter, usually it's music related. Either way, the answer's going to be no. I did not buy Wild. I don't know who Troy Sivan is. But she's all into like One Direction and 5 Seconds of Summer and shit. And
Oh, I tried to listen to 5 Seconds
I'm sure this
my
Troy
God.
Sivan sucks balls too. So, Kelly Benton said that. Thank you, Paperclip Girl. Appreciate it. Kelly Benton said The Wolfman is one of her favorite old-time classic movies. We did a review of that Saturday night. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it better the second time I watched it. I will say that. And finally, Brett Fitzgerald. He asked, did I check out Art the Clown or Terrifier yet? Art the Clown, I have not. I can't remember if you told me about Terrifier or not. I did remember Art the Clown because that was a part of our Sunday Showdown thing. Have not watched it yet. Do plan on it. It's on the list of things I'm going to check out. Because you got to realize, like, everybody's like, hey, check this out. So I will eventually get to it. I promise you. Have not had a chance to check it out yet, though, my man. But when I do, I'll hit you up. I'll let you know what I thought about and everything else. So. All right, well, guys, I appreciate everybody who commented and questioned and all that stuff. Thank you very much. Once again, this segment would not be here without you. That's all there is to it. It just wouldn't. So yeah, I want to thank everybody out there who tunes in, weekly, daily, whatever your routine with me is. I appreciate it. I really do. So if you have any questions, comments, recommendations, hate mail, you just want to tear me apart, be like, fuck you in your stupid mask. Hey, go right ahead. Drop it down below. Got any questions for this one right here? She'll be glad to answer them here. You got any questions for any of the, stars or stars? I just referred to like any of the guests that's been on here as stars.
They are stars.
Are they stars? The Corn Children, they're all stars?
Yeah.
Fuck the Corn Children. I love the Corn Children. Except for Darren Randy. He's a little shit. Anyways, but you got any questions for any of the guests I've ever had on the show? Hit me up once again. They don't come on the show very often, but I can still get a hold of them. So, boom. And, yeah, so once again, any comments get dropped on my Twitter, Facebook, or any of my videos throughout the week will usually wind up right here. So, yeah, we do our best to try to, stay in touch with everybody and everything else. So, alrighty. Well, you got anything else to add?
Nope.
Nope. Alright, well, for I'm the movie fan.